All right, how about now? New stream, and everybody's gone. This ain't gonna work very well. Ooh, I know what I need to do. Oh.
Sí, ¿qué necesitas?
Hardwire connection. Emphasis on hard. All right. I'm trying to connect. Okay. How are we doing now? Thank you, amor. Gracias, amor. Come on, Doja. You can be our co-host. Yeah. All right. Okay. Hopefully it's better now. We better now? Oh yeah. Okay, this is odd. Refresh. You should be able to see him now. Yes. All right. We're connected. And we're back. How are we looking now? Oh. Not easy. 55. Don't know what that means. Good. Can't see how many people are in the room. What else we have? What? Please start talking. Okay. Here's another one. Updated Chinese rocket that delivered military spy satellites breaks up over Texas. What does that mean? Chinese rocket over the United States? How did it get there? Where was it going? Let's find out. The second stage of a Chinese rocket that delivered a trio of military surveillance satellites in June disintegrated over Texas on Wednesday, USNI News has learned. The 4-ton component of a Changjiang 2D Long March rocket punched through the atmosphere on Wednesday over Texas at 17,000 miles per hour and disintegrated, two defense officials confirmed to USN News on Thursday. All right. And is the video good? Can you see me? Can you see me clearly? Am I coming through clearly? That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I want. Military officials have yet to find any debris from the rocket stage. However, USNI News understands the debris field could be miles wide and several hundred miles long. Now, what in the heck? U.S. Space Command can confirm the People's Republic of China CZ-2D rocket body, SCC number F52910, re-entered the atmosphere over the southern region of North America at approximately 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time on March 7th, 2023, reads a statement from Spacecom following an earlier version of the post. This was an uncontrolled re-entry, meaning it was not steered, but rather its orbit decayed and lowered naturally. This type of behavior reinforces the need for better international norms regarding the high-risk, uncontrolled re-entries. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. That's great. Let me see. All right. Now that we have that, let's see what it's looking. Oh, here we go. Oh, that was old. Old news. Fake news. Where's the new one? This is kind of throwing me for a loop. Yeah. We don't want to play any of the videos. Oof. Based on the NORAD tracking data, the stage belonged to a mission that delivered 3 military electronic signal surveillance satellites that were believed to be targeted over the South China Sea. Astrophysicist Jonathan McDougal with the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics told USNI News Thursday. According to the track, the rocket section entered the atmosphere over West Texas near Marathon before heading on a northeast track between Abilene and Austin. When do we see perp walks? When do we see perp walks? Oh, are you referring to this back here? You're referring to this little piece of antiquity back here? Is this what you're interested in? This right here? Is it this? Huh? Is that what you mean, black dog? What else do we got? The 135-long-foot Chang'e 2D rocket is capable of carrying about 8,000 pounds of cargo into low Earth orbit, according to information from the China National Space Administration. That sounds like it could be a weapon. The rocket designated Y-64 successfully took off from Zhejiang Satellite Launch Center on June 23rd in central China and successfully deployed the spy satellites. Uh-oh. And then the debris falling down on the United States. Oof. It's like you go buy some fast food, and as you're driving away, you throw your trash onto the local homeless. That's what we're being treated like from Northeast Asia. According to McDougal, the Y-64 second stage was fitted with a special sail that would create drag on the re-entry to keep it from being in orbit as a hazard to other space traffic. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson has been critical of the lack of care China has put into ensuring the safe landing of its space debris and its unwillingness to share trajectory data. Yeah, well, that's nothing new. The breakup of the Long March rocket follows the U.S. destruction of Chinese surveillance balloon off the coast of South Carolina after spending more than a week overflying the United States, raising concerns about the security of domestic airspace. Oh, yeah. Well, unfortunately, that's it. That's all we got on this one. We read some comments. Thankfully, Biden told China that this occurrence was unacceptable. Was this a diversion while the Chinese were also testing hypersonic missiles? Who knows? That sounds scary. Salty submariner. Enough with the stupid politics. The uncomfortable truth is that every administration since Nixon has either ignored or kissed the Chi-Com's butt, especially since Clinton. Wall Street greed and treachery is the true culprit. American companies' desire for cheap labor for profit is what has driven the Chi-Com economic and military growth. Our desire for cheap Walmart products has built the very military machine that now threatens us. Or so they say. Anticipating KGB response, the president takes this very seriously. Yes. What did Biden know about it, and when did he know it? I'm more insulted that the rockets they steal from us don't function. At least build it correctly. This is great. This is great. Can we do this forever? How long can we do this, guys? What else do we got? We need something spicier. So we all know how difficult it is to find affordable housing. Fortunately, it's locked behind now it's unlocked. Forget that. Somebody unlocked it for me. Here we go. Elon Musk is planning a Texas utopia, his own town. You know, in all seriousness, we always are thinking about affordable housing, and it really only makes sense for it to be created on the grounds of a company. You know what I mean? Or somewhere close to where a company owns. Similar to the Chinese. Similar to the Chinese. Unfortunately, unlike the Chinese, Mr. Musk will not be able to lock them into dormitories on the same company grounds. I don't know what I'm saying. Let's just get to the article. I have nothing against it. I think it's great. Not that it would matter if I did or didn't. Austin, Texas. Elon Musk is planning to build his own town on part of thousands of acres, newly purchased pasture, and farmland outside the Texas capital, according to deeds and other land records and people familiar with the project. In meetings with landowners and real estate agents, Mr. Musk and employees of his companies have described his vision as a sort of Texas utopia along the Colorado River, where his employees could live and work. That's not such a bad thing. I've lived on the grounds and worked on the grounds of multiple companies. Executives at the Boring Company, Mr. Musk Tunnel Operation, have discussed and researched incorporating the town into Bastrop County, about 35 miles from Austin, which would allow Mr. Musk, to set some regulations in his own municipality and expedite his plans, according to people familiar with Mr. Musk's projects. How beautiful. They say Mr. Musk and his top executives want his Austin area employees, including workers at Boring, electric car maker Tesla, space and exploration company SpaceX, to be able to live in new homes with below market rents. Now, how nice is that? An entrepreneur that's providing housing at an affordable price, safely. Hopefully they're not going to be using any cheap paint so we get these nasty off gases, and all of a sudden, in 20 to 30 years, all these people have cancer or some other, So, hopefully it turns out that this is all really good. I'm sure that they'll think about, all those different situations so that in the future it doesn't come against Mr. Musk when he becomes emperor of the universe. All right. The planned town is adjacent to the Boring and SpaceX facilities now under construction. The site already includes a group of modular homes, a pool, an outdoor sports area and gym. Whoa. According to Facebook photos and people familiar with the town, signs hanging from poles read, "Welcome Snailbrook." The reason it's called Snailbrook is because he wants... What is this? Snailbrook is a reference to Boring's mascot. When Mr. Musk started the tunneling venture, he challenged employees to build boring machines that move faster than a snail. How about that? Some Boring employees, including Steve Davis, the company's president and top lieutenant to Mr. Musk, have at times described even bigger plans, including creating an entire city, according to some of those people and text messages viewed by the Wall Street Journal. But I don't know if we will get those text messages here. During an all-hands meeting of Boring Company employees last year, Mr. Davis said they would have to hold an election for mayor, according to text messages and people familiar with the meeting. Again, it doesn't look like we're going to get those text messages. Give me one sec, guys. Oh. All right. Mr. Musk, his former girlfriend, who is the singer Grimes, Kanye West, and Mr. West's architecture designer discussed several times last year what a Musk town might look like. Oh, let me do this a little bit better. I need to figure out how to do this better. I'm not getting paid for any of this, so fortunately I can literally just have this on the screen and rip it right from the source. According to people familiar with the discussions, those talks included broad ideas and some visual mock-ups, according to one of the people, but haven't resulted in concrete plans. Oof. Certainly a unsavory picture below. But to be honest, they're probably nicer than most anything else. Oh, here we go. We got the development here. Made in a grid pattern. Representatives for Ye and Grimes, whose real name is Claire Boucher, couldn't be reached for comment. Under Texas law, a town needs at least 201 residents before it can apply to incorporate. Then approval from a county judge. Bastrop County hasn't received an application from Mr. Musk or any of his entities, a spokeswoman said. Oh, maybe they're above the law. No. Chap Ambrose, a computer programmer who lives on a hilltop overlooking the new Boring and SpaceX facilities, so it sounds like Mr. Burns, said he believes they want it to be a secret. They want to do things before anyone knows what's really happening. Mr. Ambrose has been seeking information from Boring in the country about the company's research and testing of its tunnel machines and how that might affect groundwater and wells in the area. Hey, it's better than fracking, because we all know what happens to the water there. He has sent drones over the area seeking clues to other structures Boring and SpaceX are building and what they plan to produce in their factories. Drone footage and YouTube videos he posted show the construction of tunnels between the Boring and SpaceX parcels that run beneath a public road. Messrs. Musk and Davis didn't respond to requests for comment. A lawyer from Mr. Musk, Alex Spiro, and top advisor who heads his family office, Jared Birchall, also didn't respond to requests for comment. Over the past 3 years, entities tied to Mr. Musk's companies or executives purchased at least 3,500 acres in the Austin area, collectively about 4 times the size of New York's Central Park. That's pretty big. According to county deeds and other land records, the Journal also obtained, through county email, public record requests, that it reviewed internal company communications and state licensing records, and interviewed landowners and city officials. Look at that guy right there. Some local real estate and land officials said they have been told by people close to Mr. Musk that the billionaire owns even more land in the area, as much as 6,000 acres. When Mr. Musk had left his longtime home of California more than 2 years ago, he had said he lost patience with the rules and regulations in that state. Let's be honest. When that state falls into the sea, or what's left of it, it'll just be turned into a giant industrial zone for pipelines and who knows what else. But there ain't going to be a whole lot of people there. Let's live in reality. Texas has fewer zoning laws and environmental and labor requirements and has vast swaths of loosely regulated land. Unlike California, it has no corporate income tax or income or capital gains tax on individuals. There's the place you want to live if you want to live fruitishly? Fruituously? Who knows? Last month, Tesla said that it was continuing to expand in California too, and named an office in Palo Alto as its engineering headquarters. Tesla's corporate headquarters remains in Texas. The Texas land purchases have taken place for at least 4 limited liability companies. These companies are tied to Mr. Musk's businesses or their offices in county deed and land records and state business filings that list their names. The plans include a project to build a private residential compound for Mr. Musk that potentially would be some distance from the planned town. Well, of course, you've always got to have the billionaire on the hill overlooking the plebs. No? Mr. Musk has been a chief driver of the plans, and the land purchases all have to be approved by him, said people familiar with the operation. That sounds like a good thing, since he's basically centrally planned all this stuff. He started the companies with his money, I'd say that's probably fair. In many of the purchases tracked by the Journal, sellers have been required to sign non-disclosure agreements. That also is fair, according to people who have signed them. Local economic development officials said they were asked to sign such agreements when they were told Boring was coming to town. During a spring 2020 visit to the condo of Steve Adler, then mayor of Austin, Mr. Musk sought assurances from him and an official in Travis County, where Austin is located, that government bureaucracy wouldn't stand in the way of his many projects, Mr. Adler said. What he wanted from the city approved permit